If you want to learn how to program without wasting any time, you have come to the right place. You can start coding right now. No installations, no setup, simply open your browser. That's it. Any browser will work, but I'm going to use Chrome. Type about blank, with the colon in the middle, into the address bar. Then press enter. Right-click on the document, select inspect, and then choose console. Boom! That is it. This console is the place where you can type code and immediately see the results. Now let us type codes. 1 plus 1, then press enter. We have now written and executed code. 3 minus 2. As we are typing, we can see that Chrome is trying to preview what the executed code will yield as a result. We are writing in the JavaScript programming language, although the specific language does not matter much for now. Programming languages in general share the same concepts, such as variables. A variable is a container for a value. We can write variable a is 3. Now we have placed the number 3 in a variable called a. This variable can now be used as a value. If we write a minus 1, the result will be 2. The semicolon indicates the end of a statement. We can also edit a. For example, if we write variable a is 4 minus minus a, we indicate that we want to decrease a by 1. The two minus signs in front of a accomplish this. If we use two plus signs instead, it would increase a by 1. We could have declared a as a read-only variable like this. Constant a is 4. Now the variable is a constant. We can define multiple variables in a single line just for fun. If we run this code, it will be executed but nothing will be returned, because we have not asked for any result to be shown. In order to see the result, we must ask for C to be returned. If we attempt to define a variable that has already been defined, we may encounter this error. To resolve this, simply refresh the page. We can write code to check values. The curly brackets define a block, which is a group of statements that will be executed together. In this example, if a is equal to 1, the first code block will be executed. Otherwise, the second one will be executed. We can also write the following. In this example, if a is equal to 1 or if a is equal to 2, the first code block will be executed. Otherwise, the second one will be executed. 2 bars means OR. Notice what is happening here. True and false are special values known as Boolean values. A Boolean is a value that can only be either true or false. Think of it as a light switch that allows you only to turn the light on or off. We can store these values in a variable. For example, if we check the value of D, it will be true. We can now write the same statement as before, but in a different way. Let us create a loop. The S variable is now empty text. In programming, text is called a string. A string is essentially an array of characters. We can build S with the loop as follows. The for statement has 3 sections. In the first section, we define a variable. In the second section, we define a Boolean expression. In this case, we state that the loop should repeat as long as the I variable is less than 10. In the third section, we specify that I must be increased by 1 after every execution. We then define what should be executed. In this case, S must be updated. The plus sign in front of the equals sign means add to the existing value. Then we add the I variable to S along with a piece of text. This is JavaScript, so I will automatically be converted to a string. In some other programming languages, we would have to perform the conversion ourselves. When we run this code, we will see the result. We can also use a while loop to accomplish the same thing. This code performs the same function as the previous example, but in a different style. We can write it even more succinctly. Boom! Let us create a formula that decreases a value by 50. In JavaScript, this is called a function. Like variables, a function needs a name. Let us name the function decrease by 50. It accepts one value as an input, so we give it a parameter. Inside the function, we define the code block to execute. We want to decrease the value of a by 50 and return it. That is it. Here is how to write this function. Now we can use this function by calling. Let us now create an array. This is how we access a specific item from the list. It works the same for strings. Alright, now we know the basics of programming. Variables, loops, functions and so on. These are the building blocks of every programming language. From here, we can move on to studying a specific language more in depth.